These Withered Roots is a game played by adults and is intended for a mature audience. The game explores dark and difficult themes, including death, corruption, violence, and injustice, which may be uncomfortable or upsetting to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Long have the houses ruled over Nyssathra, taming the wilds with iron and fire, breaking forests into fields, and bending the labor and will of their people to feed the engines of progress, enforcing the law of their gods in return for prosperity and power. But the promise of Nyssathra's second age has passed into ash. Its technological miracles failed. Divine and arcane dweemercraft waned. The gods of law no longer look with favor upon the mortal realm, and whatever once passed for divine certainty has now faded into doctrine, ritual, and in some cases, doubt. The Great War was fought, spurred by economic collapse, environmental degradation, cruelty, and greed. The monarchs turned against each other, spilling the blood of nations for 100 years until they were all but shattered and dead. What was left was only suffering, decay, and the legacy of betrayal. Only House Har yet endures. Yet, as we have seen, the crown of Har now sits idle. And so we return to our story, unraveling the tangled mess of mistakes made by generations long past, to Brune Mill, a hard company town clinging to the western slope of the Kausar Spine, where a community of some 500 humans, halflings, dwarvish in ancestry, labor in the mines of Glavoon for masters who will never know their names. Stone dust in their lungs, debt in their pockets, company scrip in their hands, law in the form of contracts, chains, and armed enforcers. My friends, you arrive at dusk, urging your tired mounts down a quiet, dusty road. The sun slips behind the black teeth of the Kausar as the shadow of an unseen evil spills into the valley. The air smells of iron and smoke. The town square, carpenters finishing their work, a new gallows, waiting only for a noose and a neck. Two mounted guardsmen ride into the square on well-kept garrons. Their armor is polished. Their cloaks are clean. They pause to admire the gallows, then turn their eyes towards you. And as the royal roots wither and die, powerful men will attempt to tighten their claim of divine right through what they call rule of law. The guards spur their mounts forward to meet you. The four of you standing there with the sun dipping behind the mountains, the shadows, as I mentioned, growing long. These two well-armed and well-equipped guards approach you. Let me ask you this, Shevren, do you have the sigil of the House of Har visible at this moment?
Yep, I am not hiding anything right now.
Okay. They ride up to you and halt their garrons. Sir Knight, what brings you on this late eve to Brune Mill?
We are seeking information on the lay of the land on behest of the royal court.
The royal court? Indeed. You are a long way from home, Sir Knight.
A ways. I don't mean to imply that there is any sort of authority being bandied about here, just merely answering your question.
And how long do you intend to stay, you and your companions? They eye each of you up in turn.
The day wanes. We're looking for lodging and perhaps a breakfast.
You'll be looking then for the Rod and Bowl, the tavern, the inn. He gestures down to the east.
I have a question for you. The new construction here, are you having an event?
Indeed, there's to be a hanging on the morrow.
What is the nature of the condemned crime, if I may ask?
What shall we say? Spreading false rumors, embroiling the populace.
Unfounded rumors, no doubt, not anything that's being uttered by anyone else in town.
Unclear, but certainly none that wish to keep their necks attached to their heads attached to their necks.
This is the rule here. None should speak untowardly at risk of death.
When you inflame those who would seek to do ill to the other town members and to the rule of law, then yes, indeed, it is an affront. An affront to the law of the land, perhaps to the rule of Har, should it still rule from so distant.
Yeah. By order of the Magistrate, I imagine.
Indeed.
Just understanding your format here, the structure of your community. I've not visited Brune Mill before.
No, first time to Brune Mill. He looks at each of you, maybe lingering for a moment upon Ziva.
First time in a long time.
Do I know you? You seem familiar to me. What is your name?
Ziva.
And your surname?
Darrell.
They both look at each other. Related to Zavros, no doubt.
Indeed. Yes, that would be my brother.
Come to pay a visit?
Amongst other reasons for us to be in town.
Well, I hope you have a pleasant stay and a good visit. Well, the rod in the bowl is where you'll want to seek lodging.
I do thank you for your guidance and for the information.
Thel will take good care of you.
Fell? Was that like fall, fell?
Thel. Thel.
Okay, thank you.
Be safe on the streets. It's best not to be out after dark.
Why?
Well, there's a curfew, miss.
Thank you, my lord.
What is the hour of the curfew, if I may ask, so that we are sure not to offend the custom?
Well, dusk, sir. Night.
So about now.
No offense taken. Not yet.
Of course. Companions, are you ready? We should check in.
Yes, my lord.
Nod to the guards.
They nod and just stand their position and watch as you turn your horse to the east and ride down the streets. Ziva, you would recognize the name and know the place, the Rod and the Bowl. Perhaps even know or at least are know of the proprietor Thel. And the four of you ride away, and if any of you were to look back, you watch as they have turned their garrons and watch you as you ride off to the east, kind of keeping track of you.
I don't have to look. I know that type.
I kind of ride near Ziva, like, who the fuck were those kettleheads? Are they with the same ones we saw earlier?
I mean,
or are they knights?
any authority figure you find here will be at the behest of the Griffin family. So, yes, you could think of them as all the same group side.
Who's in charge of Glavoon?
The Glavoons,
We got Patriarch, Matriarch.
Give me a Ziva. Give me an intelligence check. This will be easy. So a 9 is your target for this check.
Okay. That's like, I'm sure Ziva knows the family,
You know the
tree
family,
of the
yeah.
Glavoons, but you said 9?
Yes.
Perfect. That's exactly what I rolled. So we are killing it.
Okay, very good. So when it's unclear exactly how long it's been since you left, but it's been a little while. It's been a bit. In your lifetime, there was a leader of the household named Archibald Glavoon, who was, by all intents and purposes, a tyrant of sorts. He was known for his cruelty, but the mines were prosperous. He died under strange circumstances, and his daughter, Clarissa, is now the head of the family. She's
# girl boss.
Yep, she's probably, as best you could remember, maybe like in her 40s or maybe even pushing 50. She's a little bit older. But yeah, she's currently in charge of the Glavoon mining company. And these individuals that you saw, certainly for Huon, you would have noticed that they were more organized and put together than the road wardens were. Of course, they were road weary and, out on the dusty trail. These guys are mounted on these Highland ponies, these Garans, beautifully cared for animals, etc. But they are a little bit more equipped and capable, it looks to be. And they are known, as Eva would know, that they have a private security for the Glavoon dynasty, and they are called the Glavoon Dragoons.
Bit of alliteration there.
Mm-hmm.
They're clever.
So would pass along of, back in my day it was Archie. Well, I suppose no one would have called him Archie. I don't think he's the sort of person to go by nicknames. Archibald Glavoon was the patriarch in my day, but he's since passed, and his daughter Clarissa now runs things, and assuming nothing has changed since I last heard. But all of the Glavoons are not someone you'd want to cross.
Ziva, do you know if this magistrate is a Glavoon?
I don't believe so, because the magistrate is last name Quint.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So,
Yep.
If he has any ties to the family, they would be distant ones. He's certainly not part of the family proper.
But he's part of the chain of command, right? Goes from Glavoons to, I would imagine, magistrates to these kettleheads, to the road wardens.
The magistrate, Marcus Quint, is kind of a figurehead. He's got some status, but he's not in charge. He's in charge of enforcing the law. As you would probably know, Ziva, the sheriff and his deputies
Mm-hmm.
Are they deal with small issues, the drunk in town, the pickpocket, things like that, but they really are just a small piece of the overall presence in town. The dragoons are the ones that are well equipped and really throw their weight around, and almost everything that resembles rules or laws trickles down from the Glavoon family tree.
Yep. Cannot stress enough. They own this town. They nothing happens here without their say so.
It seems they rule it with an iron fist. Is there something here that's mined or carried, some sort of resource that's valued highly?
Iron ore, right?
The mines, the iron they get from the mines, that's, I imagine, ends up going out to supply the king's armory and anything else that ends up needing to be crafted. There's...
It's iron. That's why the air feels like that. It's because it's full of iron.
Are you all right?
That makes sense.
I mean, the dust and the dirt from the mines shouldn't be all the way down here. It's up in the mountains.
No, it's just the general... Smells gray.
General malaise, eh?
Sure.
I stop my horse mid-trot or mid-step. If there's such disdain for the kingdom here, I suspect they have other more robust paying clients if they feel the need to be so intensely covetous of their community.
That's what it feels like there's a dampening over everything here.
Yes.
Like a blanket of iron over everything and everybody.
I suspect there's a covenant involved.
Shevren, did you catch what he said about who they're gonna hang?
Some rumor monger?
Yeah, sounds a lot like the description of that Stonewake fellow I was supposed to speak to, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Feel like we should get a hold of him before the news does.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to arrange audience with the magistrate today, and I feel we're going to have to go through them in order to speak to any prisoner.
Maybe. Where do they keep these prisoners, Ziva?
I mean the jail, which should be close to the magistrate's office.
Yeah, the jail is located in the basement of the sheriff's office.
All right.
I'm not saying I have any idea what you're talking about, Huon, but should you get a chance to ask this individual any questions, and you find them valuable, perhaps we don't need to meet with the magistrate if we could have an audience elsewhere.
Yeah, we'll see what the night brings then.
For me, I'm hoping for a bit of chicken broth and an ale.
Not in the cup, I hope.
Hear that, everybody? Dinner's on, Shevren.
I continue riding forward.
The four of you head not too much farther down the roadway. You can see that there's a warm glow, lantern light spilling from this building, the rod and the bowl, into this cold night air. It's a squat 2-story inn. It's the only option in town for a meal at this hour and the only place for visitors lodging. There's a stout chimney that breathes smoke into the starless sky above. It's made from thick timbers of a bygone age, a thick stone foundation, and there's a weathered sign above the door that kind of creaks gently in the wind, welcoming you to the rod and the bowl.
As we're walking, would it be possible to keep an eye out? There's a plant that grows in kind of rocky areas like this called yarrow. She's looking for it.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a D6 roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a 3.
Okay. Give me a wisdom check. We'll call this normal. 12 is your target.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay. You would guess that it grows around here, but maybe just not in town. You look around and things are fairly well manicured. You pass by sort of this line of row houses that all seem to look the same. There's some manicured vegetation in front of them that all seems to be, within some sort of specifications for how you should keep your yard and that sort of thing. But it's not wild. It's an HOA. It's not a wild landscape inside this town by any stretch, but it's very clean.
Does there appear to be any sort of stable service associated with this?
Not immediately relevant, but you can see that there is a barn type structure behind the building itself. There's no one on the streets. There's no one to come to meet you outside of the building or anything like that. All you see is the rod in the bowl, and you can see that there's a little bit of light coming through the windows. There's a spot to lash up the reins of your mounts.
However many blocks it took to get here, Huon was keeping an eye out, sort of scoping out the town, both the streets, side streets, alleys, rooftops, all that sort of thing, get a lay of the land, and whichever way they pointed toward the sheriff's office, I'm also looking in that direction, see what it would take to get from here to that part of town.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of
everything's really closed up at this point, but you do see that there's a general store called Jasmine's. You see that there's as I mentioned, the homes, there's multiple homes. There is what appears to be some sort of like a guild hall. And it was interesting. It was all shuttered. I mean, not that interesting, but it was all shuttered up and quiet. Like there's just very little activity after the curfew goes into effect. I'm guessing not, simply because of the curfew, but do I see any homeless people? You don't.
Okay.
I take out 5 crowns. Would someone want to initiate maybe some lodging for us? I'll take the horses to the barn and see if I can get them stabled. And whoever holds out their hand,
I suppose I'll handle it, and Ziva will take the coins to go get us rooms.
I'll take the horses toward the barn.
Okay. All right. So we'll go. Who's going to go to the barn with Shevren? Anyone else?
Oh, I'll go to the barn just to get more of a layout.
Okay. All right. So, and then Florence, you're going to head in with Ziva. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think so. She's getting cold.
Split the party.
Here we go. All right, so we'll go to the stable first. So Shevren and Huon, you guide the 4 horses towards the stable. And as you do, you can yeah, exactly. And as you do, you can see that there is activity in the stable. There's a lantern burning. You can hear some rustling about within, and as you come into the light of the lantern, you can see that there is a young boy who is there, and he looks up. Yes, sir. Sorry, I didn't see you coming.
You're
lodging
fine.
For the horses, then?
Yes, we have 4 here.
Sir, he bows. He sees you that your sigil, and he's just like, sir.
You're fine, lad. Please. Just the 4 horses for the night.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. And he kind of holds his hand out for the reins, and he says, Thel, you can settle up with Thel inside.
All right. I look at you and I don't have change.
Well, how are you going to pay for dinner then?
No, I'm not worried about dinner. the lad. Have you no silver?
Oh, no, sir. It's okay, sir. Thel pays me well. It's fine, sir.
Very well, very well.
Must be one of those no tipping counties.
Right. You do a good job, lad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And then I think we'll move then back toward the inn.
Excuse me, sir, if you don't mind me asking.
Not at all.
Depends on what
Where
you
did you
ask.
come from, sir? Where did you come from? Where are you in from? You look like you've traveled long distance. Are you from Har, sir?
How old is he?
He's probably 12.
All right. I won't kneel down, but I'll point to the sigil. Yes, from Har.
Are you on official business, sir? Are you a knight, sir?
I am.
Wow.
And
Gets a
then this
big
gentleman
smile on
with
his
me is
Just a humble servant.
Of course, sir. Well, I hope you have a good stay in Brune Mill, sir. If there's anything you need, anything at all, just ask for Pike.
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 You've made it a bit easier today.
Pike, you sleep out here?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Good to know.
Okay, sirs. I'll take good care of the horses. That I will.
Very well, very well, very well. Let's head back to the inn. Servant, if you're ready. And as we put some distance, I'll be like, I don't know how to talk to children.
That's awful tell.
Then we'll at that moment we'll jump over to the scene as Ziva and Florence enter into the rod in the bowl. You can, as you step through the threshold, the two of you, there's this welcome warmth, and there's this enticing smell of stew just kind of rolls over you as you walk inside this large common room. On the far wall, there's this low stone hearth that's glowing brightly, kind of casting light upon the walls. There are 6 heavy wooden, probably oak tables, long tables and benches that fill the space. There's a man behind the bar who stands polishing mugs, kind of with slow, deliberate care, like he really has nothing else to do. There is a big ornate plaque on the wall behind him with some verses carved in it, letters kind of highlighted with like a goldish paint. But interesting to you and drawing your attention is that to the side of the long bar, there is a massive bird of prey, a raptor of some kind, maybe a hawk, maybe an eagle, that sits patiently on a ringed perch. It has a calming leather hood covering its eyes. And aside from the proprietor behind the bar and this bird of prey, there are only 2 other patrons that sit at a long table. Both of them have cups in hand. Their voices are low. And as they notice your entry, their conversation pauses for a minute, and they look up just long enough to sort of take note of you before they kind of turn back to whatever business they have at hand. The man looks up from the bar. Well, good day, messes. Good day. Come in. Warm yourself at the hearth. Welcome to the Rod and Bowl. My name is Thel, at your service. And he sets down the mug that he was polishing and kind of snaps the towel and wipes off the bar table in front of him. And
Thank you. Greetings. We are traveling. We plan to stay in this town for a few days, and we were hoping to get lodging.
you've come to the right place then. Single rooms, common rooms. What do we need here?
How much do they run for?
2 marks. I'm guessing you're from out of town. Yes, 2 marks per night for the common room, which are silver, 2 silvers. And that's a common room is more like bunk room, basically. You'd be probably lodging with other people if there are any staying here. Well, a private room for 4 marks per night. We do have a special lodging and meals package, 3 marks, and it includes the common room and stew and bread for breakfast.
She kind of looks deferentially to Ziva.
I think we will go ahead and take the single rooms.
All right then, 4 marks per night. I'll have them made up for you right away.
there's 4 of us, so 2 rooms?
That works.
Unless there's only 1 bed per room. And they only had 1 bed.
There was only 1 bed.
Ma'am, the private rooms do only indeed have 1 bed.
Oh. Just gonna go ahead and spring for it. We'll each have our own room.
Very well, that'll be 16 marks. We'll have them made up right away from you. Anything to eat? You look perhaps hungry. Anything warm to drink on this cold night?
Sure. I think food and drinks for all 4 of us. The others are coming back from the stables, so they should be here shortly. So we'll just go ahead and take 4 rounds of whatever you have on hand.
Stew of the day, it'll be. Very well. 4 rounds of stew of the day. Hearty meat and root vegetable stew with some crusty bread on the side and a little bit of butter.
Sounds perfect.
You can have a seat anywhere you like. You can see that we are a bit quiet tonight.
Is it unusual?
You hear one of the men from the other table go, "It's fucking quiet here every night." It is quiet here most nights, miss. Not necessarily the nightlife of Brune Mill. Not that we have nightlife after the curfew and all. But we take what we can get, and it's a pleasure to have you. Again, my name is Thel. Let me know if you need anything. I'll get right on your food in your rooms.
Thank you. Well, grab a seat.
Sit down. She'll kind of look at Ziva and say, "Has it changed much?"
No, it's same as it ever was, really. Maybe a little worse.
From the new management?
I don't know. It might just be the problems with the kingdom, honestly. Last I heard that everything outside of the mines were actually struggling these days. The mines have always been the most important thing here in Brune Mill, but there was some other work, some other jobs that, a little bit of agriculture to feed themselves and a little bit of other types of services around town, but it sounds like those have been not faring well these days. I don't know if it's related to what we're supposed to be looking into, maybe, but
I think it's all connected. A great big web over everything.
As you say that, one of the men from the other table kind of turns on the bench to look over at you. I imagine you're sitting at a different table than these 2 fellows.
Mm-hmm.
The movement catches your attention as it's obvious he's been listening to the conversation, and he looks well groomed. He looks put together. He's got a well groomed mustache, sort of this polite smile on his face. He does not look like one of the mine workers per se. He looks like perhaps he's a little bit more well-to-do, perhaps. But he just looks over and says, "And where are you ladies in from?"
We just traveled here from Har.
Har? He looks over at his companion. It's a long ways. Official business with the Glavoons?
You could say that. We're passing through as part of a survey on behalf of the kingdom. You may notice I'm with the Order of the Veilwalkers.
Morvenir,
what is my
yes. god's
name? Morvenir, that's right. My reason for existence. How could I ever forget? So just out here gathering relevant information. Nothing you need
And I'm her handmaid
concerned about. Yes.
/ assistant.
Well, handmaid, my name is Rarklin. It's a pleasure to meet you both. And this is Sorn. The other fellow, a little bit more heavy set, a bald head. He turns and nods. Welcome to Brune Mill. At this point, Huon and Shevren come walking in the door. Ah, it is a busy night tonight, says the one who was talking to you, Rarklin.
Friends, have a seat.
Brush myself off.
The two guys and sit down.
The tavern keep will be coming back with food and drink shortly, and is setting up rooms for us, so we should be
Single
all
rooms?
set. Single rooms.
Well,
Turning to the two men, have you heard anything about the hanging? We saw the gallows as we were riding in.
Oh, yes, great excitement on the morrow. Indeed. An insurgent is to be hanged.
Insurgent? What makes an insurgent around here?
Well, going
That's
against the law, I suppose. I'm not much of a legal expert, but we've been told that quite a criminal, this dwarf. What was his
I'm
name again?
sorry.
Sorn? Durgan, something of that nature. Worked
Who
the
are
mines,
you?
I believe. Oh,
Who are you? Who? And I look at
Well-
Florence and Ziva.
well, I'm Rarklin Bell. This is my associate Sorn Halbrecht. And you are a knight of Har. Well, what an honor.
Hmm.
Welcome to Brune Mill.
I thank you. What do you do here in Broom Mill? What
Survey
brings you?
mission. He kind of looks over at Ziva.
Yes, we're here doing survey work.
The kingdom must continue to conduct its business, you know. And then, as part of that survey, what is it that you do?
I wasn't aware that the kingdom was doing much of any business at all these days. No
Surprise.
offense, Sir Knight, but we haven't seen the likes of the Har for quite some time.
Well, I understand that. But here we are nonetheless. And so I ask you, what do you do here in Broom Mill?
For employment.
Oh, yes, that and entertainment, if you feel so inclined to.
Not much for entertainment around here, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
No, we work for the company,
I assume you mean the mine,
as
or
do
do
most,
you mean... Mhm.
if not all. He looks over at Sorn, and Sorn's like, kind of gives like that's true.
Do their hands
Business is...
look?
I'm sorry, Huon.
No, sorry. Do their hands look like they hold pickaxes or whips?
Not at all.
Or pens?
Not. It looks like they're probably, by the way that they're dressed and sort of their kind of polite demeanor, they're definitely not. They're not holding whips, and they're definitely not holding pickaxes, shovels, or hammers. They are likely administrators of some kind.
feather quills.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Take that.
Sorn is a little doughy, like he's a little roly-poly. The other guy is more sort of lean and lanky, but yeah, they look to be middle management at best. You're not here on a survey for goblins by any chance, are you?
It could fold into the duties at hand, sort of under the other duties as assigned. Well, but what can you tell us about that?
So you have that in your position description as well, I see. Isn't
Well,
that just the way it is, boys? And they sort of like do a cheers kind of thing. This is when Thel comes out with bowls of stew, crusty chunks of bread, and a little bowl of butter, and sets it down in front of you. Gentlemen, thank you for... sir, welcome to the Rod and the Bowl.
Thank you, Innkeep. We also have 4 stabled.
Oh, yes. Did you see to my stable boy, Pike?
He said you would square up with us here.
Yes, indeed. How many nights will you need lodging for your host? Is it just the one night that you're staying?
At this point, that's the expectation, yes.
They'll be brushed and fed and well cared for. 1 mark per mount. Is there 4 of them then?
There is.
4 marks then?
I look at Ziva.
And it's
I assume there's some change from what I gave you.
oh, yes.
We are capable of making change here, despite the fact that most of the
I don't
most
think we've
of the
actually.
commerce and exchange is done through company script, but we do have the ability to make change for travelers and visitors.
I don't think
And
we've
is it-
actually given him any coins yet. We just sort of have been running up our tab.
But
That's
it's what is
fine.
it, 10 marks per crown?
Yes, absolutely.
I gave you a lot.
Yeah, no. I already had deducted
Your service fee.
no, I had already deducted it from my sheet. I actually did not plan to dip into
That's fine. We can settle up after the meal is done. Please enjoy your meal. Worry about the payment later. I trust a knight of Har above all else.
Ziva will just push the pile of coins right back at Shevren, being like, "Yeah, there's your change, buddy."
All 5?
We haven't paid yet.
Well, what is the total? I want to make sure this is properly accounted for.
4 marks
16
per
marks
room
per
night.
total. Yes.
And I got each of us a room. So
and
16
the
marks.
stew, plus another 12 marks.
There we go.
So three,
12 for the
just shy of 3 gold.
Oh, very well. I'll count out 3 crowns and push them over towards the innkeep. Keep it all.
Thank you, sir. Very kind of you, sir. I'll see to the rooms. And he bustles off with his platter and takes off. Meanwhile, the 4 of you have a meal. The other 2 individuals kind of turn back to their own business of whatever they were talking about. The raptor perched upon its perch just kind of like does a little shuffling from foot to foot a little bit, but everything else is nice. There's a beautiful fire going on, and the food is very good.
Can I glean the bird's mood?
Yeah. Tell me how you're gonna do this.
Florence looks at it, and I think that tea light is kind of in the way that only tea light can, translating for Florence.
Is tea light out in the open?
Tea light is on her shoulder, kind of like half hidden underneath her scarf, but he's
Okay.
present.
All right. You gaze upon this bird. It's a large eagle or some kind of hawk or something. Not anything that you recognize in terms of the species or the type of eagle it is. Probably something native to the mountains. It looks as though has been tamed. It looks to be very comfortable, and it looks healthy. Looks very healthy. Its pelage is beautiful, shiny. It looks as though it's well fed.
Satisfied with that, kind of turns back to the group.
I have to say, I find these accommodations much more pleasant than I expected.
It's not bad.
I have to agree. This is nice.
It's good stew.
Are we, we're all right just telling people that we're from Ha, right?
I'm afraid I'm advertising it regardless of what I say.
Surely it's fine.
What's done is done.
The way I see it is we could either be forthright, within degrees of reason, or we could skulk about as if we have something to hide and nonetheless raise the suspicions of all we cross paths with as it is. I think that we've managed to get by quite well as we have so far, because we have had to deal with wardens and guards and perhaps a magistrate and so on and so forth. So better to represent ourselves as officials than as ne'er-do-wells who have something to hide from those who inquire.
Right. She puts her blackened fingers into her pockets. Inside.
Are you not eating, Florence? It's very good. It's very tasty.
No, it's just my hands are cold. I think I might need to pick up some gloves tomorrow.
We could move towards the fire if you want to sit closer.
As I
She
think,
grabs the bowl really quick, slurps it, hands it back in the pocket.
Oh, your appetite's returned.
I'm a fast eater, always have been.
Well,
So I think-
nonetheless, yes.
I was just going to say, I think that, if there are things that you wanted to ask or chat with these two men about, that's an option here. Certainly, the proprietor comes back after maybe a half hour as you're finishing your meal, 20 minutes, and announces that the rooms are ready. After a long day of travel, I imagine that you're tired. So you have some options here. If you'd like to chat, to explore, or whatever it is, and then when you decide to retire for the night, we can move on to some other things.
At some point, I addressed the men at the table again.
Okay.
Company men, you say.
Indeed.
And how well does the company fare these days with its transportation of goods? It seems to be functioning at its height. from what I
No,
can
far
tell.
from it, sir. Far from it. Times are difficult. People don't care to work as hard as they used to. The markets are more difficult, as you may know, coming from Ha. The kingdom's fractured, and the markets of
Yes.
the crossing no longer in play. Galor was a massive purchaser of the iron that came from here. Most of it now goes to Ha. What little can be sold, but we do what we can to keep the gears of industry turning as best we can.
How does the family take it that the business has declined?
Well, they have seen their fair share of sorrow, but I think they're rich as hell, so who cares? Did I say that? Rockland, please. I've had a few cups, I apologize. Miss Glavoon is a shrewd businesswoman and has sought to diversify, perhaps, the destination of some of the ores that come from the Khasar. I've got to hand it to her. At least she's keeping things afloat. People still have jobs.
Not selling to the goblins, though, so it would be them.
Goblins? That's preposterous!
Of course. But it can't all be going to Har. The kingdom, as you have established, is not so well off as to need a great degree, a great percentage of it.
An interesting line of inquiry, Sir Knight. Indeed. Where those shipments end up is not really known to us. Not to me, anyways.
More of a day-to-day man.
Well, so to speak. My biggest concern is that any setback to the mine is going to cause additional financial problems for the company.
Of course.
Especially with this goblin problem that seems to continue to linger. The costs that have been incurred for security, as you may have noticed upon your entry, has caused a bit of a strain on the finances, but to be dealt with, I suppose, at the proper time.
Well, what the goblins up to?
Wreaking havoc, stealing, violence, and goblin-type things. I don't know. What do goblins do these days?
In town?
Not in
Where?
town, certainly. At the mines. In about the hinterlands, to the east and to the north, on the foothills of the mountains. It's always been a bit of a thorn in our side. I imagine these are their ancestral homes that we have so industriously mined for ore and profit, but it is the way of the world.
Has the magistrate made no call for aid?
Oh, I believe they have, sir. I believe there have been militiamen sent to deal with the threat, but there's only so much you can do.
I just look at Huon.
But we shall have a bit of bit of closure, at least for tomorrow, with the hanging, which will be something that is much needed amongst the populace.
Why is that?
Well, you can't have an insane dwarf running around telling everybody about creeping darkness in the hills and such, monsters and things. We've got enough of a problem with goblins.
So this dwarf then, he's touched by the forces, and your solution is to hang him.
He's touched by something, and it's certainly not my solution. Don't look at me, I'm not hanging the man, but I'll be there to see it done. It's a pity and archaic. This is the heavy-set guy, Soren. But it's a necessary correction for the dwarf's infractions. Violence, labor disruption, you can't have that.
You seem to have something about dwarves stuck in your craw. Is it specifically to do with the dwarves?
Yeah, just this single individual. There are many
All right.
very fine dwarves in this community.
Well,
There's
good to hear
nothing.
it.
It's nothing personal. In fact, mercy without order is just another form of cruelty. Law must be maintained, or else there's chaos.
I can't argue with that.
The spoon's hitting the bottom of the bowl real hard at this point.
Well then,
Fighting your
Raplin, I think it's time for us to retire. We've had a bit too much, and our lips are getting looser and looser as we go. So, Sir Knight, companions, mems, they take their leave and walk towards the door, leaving coinage on the table for the proprietor.
Shout, you don't break the curfew.
Ah, yes. Good reminder. Thank you, sir. And you. And they pull on their jackets off of pegs out near the door and throw them on and walk out. I should clarify, it wasn't coins that they threw down. It are these strips of paper that they lay on the parchment that they lay on the counter or on the table for the proprietor. And Ziva, you would look over and know that those are company script.
Fucking paper money. Fucking ridiculous.
Paper money? Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I don't deal with such shenanigans.
It just seems so insubstantial.
I guess
Of course
anything is money if you
made up.
just agree that it is.
Has to be backed by something, I imagine. Good hard
Threats?
metals.
Threat.
I think it's backed by the company.
Does your brother work for the company?
Not like that. He's a minor. He wouldn't be having things like this to toss around, especially now that his wife hasn't been able to work recently.
What was that?
She kept bees, for honey and to sell, but the bees all died, and I don't think they want both of them to be working in the mines, not with my niece and nephew to think of. So for the moment, she doesn't have income.
It seems to me we could do more for the kingdom if more people would join the kingdom. If we could bring in the downtrodden, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not an economist, but it seems we all suffer needlessly.
So you're suggesting we take the town for in the name of the king, right?
I think you'll be disappointed if you think the king would back you on such a move.
Ziva, it's just a joke.
Certainly tonight. It's not something I have on my agenda. No, I have sleep on my agenda.
Sounds good.
This is about the time where the proprietor Thel comes back and says, I could show you to your rooms if you'd like.
Thank you.
Right this way. And he leads you over to a stairway that goes up to a second floor. You pass a couple of doors and go down to the end of the hall, and he gives each of you a key to your rooms. And upon entering the room, it's very Spartan. There's a bed, there's a table, there is a lantern, a small lantern, and a little footlocker, but that's about it. It's a straw mattresses. I mean, it's passable. It's not certainly nothing like the night you spent in the palace on feather beds and that sort of thing. Although you were so rudely interrupted from your slumber there. Here you might actually get a good night's sleep. Thin blankets and a little wash basin with water in it. Fresh towel. So with this being the case, as you settle into your spaces, I guess I'll go around the room or around the table and see if there's anything that you want to do before we move on to the next day, as it were. And we can start. Shevren, why don't we start with you? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I'm doing nothing spectacular. I will probably say my prayers for my mother and change into my nightdress, which is my second best fighting outfit. And just prepare to take a repose and be prepared for whatever the day brings that I don't know about in any sort of capacity.
Okay. Sounds good. You prepare yourself for sleep. Let's go to Florence next.
I think Florence, she lays down in bed, but she does not sleep well. She has fitful dreams of a gaping wound in the earth and a river of iron flowing out of it like blood. And that image is just all she can think of. And I think after like tossing and turning, she resorts to pacing in the hall between all the bedrooms.
Oh, no.
And does that for a while. And then eventually returns to bed.
I would say, Florence, if you were to drink any of the water, for example, or even smell the water, it would smell like there's an iron in it. You can smell it.
She vomits it back up and pulls out some dried herbs and just gnaws on them a little bit obsessively.
Maybe to settle your stomach and your nerves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't like this.
No. Let's go next to Ziva.
So curfew's already in effect, right?
Curfew is definitely in effect, yes.
Sneak. Skulk. Join the Eden.
How far would it be if I tried to sneak to visit my brother on this fine evening?
I mean, it's totally doable. You could definitely try.
Try being the important word there. And I'm assuming it would be a roll to see if I get caught. And considering my physical stats are shit,
if you want to sneak about, I mean, there's different ways to do it. But yes, you'd probably make a roll. And don't forget that the chat has graciously given you some advantages. Earlier, Scottish Jeff did, and I think we have some left over from last week as well. So don't forget about that. But yes, there would most likely be a roll depending on how you're trying to get there. If you're trying to be sneaky about it, or if you're just waltzing down the road.
Fuck it, we ball. All right, she's gonna try to sneak out to go, talk to her brother.
I think that's very fitting. Okay, that sounds good. So, a little bit of time passes where you hope perhaps that your companions and others are asleep, and you pull your cloak tight and sneak out of the room, down the stairs, through the darkened common room, being startled by the raptor, which sets upon the perch and just sort of like is doing this sort of hopping back and forth on its feet as you are walking past. You almost don't notice it, and then you just hear this kind of this clicking. You go to the door, and you open the door, and the cold air of the night, starless sky. You step outside onto the porch of the inn and close the door slowly behind you. How are you attempting to get there? Are you going to try to be sneaky about it, Ziva, or what are you thinking?
I think, yeah, she would sort of try to, just be, as discreet about it as possible. So she's gonna like stick to the shadows. She's familiar with the town, so presumably she would know a way that would get there that would allow her to sort of stick more to the shadows, places people would be less likely to be patrolling, assuming that there's patrols going around. And as a last-ditch effort, if she gets caught, she's going to try to talk her way out of it. It's like she's here on official business, but she knows well enough that having not actually established that with any authority figures yet, I don't think she would want to rely on that, except as a last-ditch effort.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like you said, exactly. You know your way around this town. You step outside. Give me a D6 roll.
2.
Okay. You start making your way towards your brother and sister-in-law's home, and you are doing your best to stick to the shadows. There's not a ton of sort of ambient light. There's really no moonlight right now. There's no stars in the sky. Perhaps it's overcast. At some of the main intersections, there are oil lanterns that burn. And you could hear at some, as you approach some of these intersections, that there are voices that you assume are the voices of some of the Night Watch. Whether or not the Night Watch was as active as it is now when you were here is in question. It's probably noticeably different, I would say, in terms of the presence of so-called law enforcement. But you're making your way through the shadows, and suddenly you hear footfalls very close to where you are. And you have just a split second to make a decision on what to do before potentially being seen, as you can see the shadows of 2 Night Watch being sort of cast by one of the lanterns on the corner as they are coming to an intersection corner where you are currently like skulking through the shadows. What do you want to do?
I would try to back up and sort of like back turn into a different alley, walkway, crevice, hoping that they don't notice me.
Okay, give me a let's call this one a wisdom check. And this will be normal. 12 is your target.
Okay, we good. It's 16. So
yeah,
I hit it.
Quickly, you see them coming. You can tell where they're coming from. You dip back into the darkness as they walk past, breathing heavy, perhaps. They do not notice you.
Amazing.
And you continue on your way, finding yourself eventually standing outside of your brother's home. It's just a small company home that he rents from the company. It's likely, as you remember it, just a one-room sort of, but well kept and clean. The yard around the house is narrow but organized, and there is just a little bit of lamplight coming through the curtains that are drawn.
She would walk up and just sort of like gently like rap on the door.
Okay.
like trying to keep it soft enough that they might hear me, but not so loud that anybody else around will hear it.
You hear some motion inside. You realize that you're not fully sure what time it is, but it's late. You can hear footsteps coming towards the door, and the light glows brighter as you look towards the drawn curtains. You hear a voice. Yes, who is it? Who's there?
Ziva. Ziva.
You say it a second time, there's no response, and then you hear the sound of a latch being pulled back, and the door cracks open, and you see, with the dim illumination of the candle, this woman's face. She looks tired, deep lines in her face. Her gray hair is sort of like messed upon her brow. Her face is sort of red and a little blotchy. Ziva, is it you? Dear, what are you doing here
I'm
at this hour?
here. I'm in town for official business, but I wanted to get here before any further delays, before tomorrow when the rest of my group will be around. I wanted to be able to talk to you alone first.
No, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here, Ziva.
What? I know there's a curfew, but I was careful, and I'm here now, so surely I can just come in and stay here for just to talk before.
You hear the sound of footfalls on the street approaching. No, you shouldn't be here, Ziva. You'll get us all in trouble.
Surely if I'm inside, no one will have to know that I'm here for the moment.
Gods be damned. She opens the door and she steps aside to let you in.
Ziva will walk in.
And she closes the door gently, kind of peering out. And you instinctively move to the window where the curtains are drawn, and you kind of pull back the curtain, and you can see that there are two of the Night Watch walking by. They seem to have not noticed anything. The children are asleep. She latches the door. You look over and you can see the forms of two small bodies laying on a bed together. You can see another bed where presumably your sister-in-law Katrina had gotten out. You do not see your brother Zavros. When did you get into town?
Just a few hours ago. I haven't been here long yet. Where's Zavros?
Oh, Ziva. Why now? Why have you come back after all this time?
I told you I was sent here on official business. There's
Official business.
something dangerous, and I admit I had to come here first to make sure everything was okay, but
Everything is not okay, Ziva. Not even close to okay. Zavros is gone.
what do you mean gone?
The mine. He went to the mine on a shift. I told him not to go, Ziva. I begged him not to go. Not after what had happened, but he said the company was offering a bonus to those that would go back to the mine and continue to work. Well, we're in so much debt right now, Ziva. I knew he would go ultimately, but I even told him that it would get him killed before he left. That was the last thing I said to him before he left.
What happened? Zavros died?
I don't know. I pray not. It's been 4 days, Ziva. None of them have returned. None of the workers that went on the last duty came back. They said there's goblin problems, but I've heard something more terrible than goblins. I can't verify it. I don't know if it's true. There are people around saying that there's something evil, that something was woken in the mine. The people are calling it Shadowdark.
That is what I'm here to deal with.
Then you are too fucking late.
No, I don't believe that. If they did not bring back bodies, then he could still be out there, and that is what I'm going to find out. I'm going to find him.
I pray that you do. For Pella and Henrik. For me. I cannot go to work in the mines. I can't leave them. God, why didn't we just leave? We could have left like you did. You found your way out. Now you're on official business, as it were. Official business. To be so lucky.
They didn't mention anything when we were coming into town, which makes me think that they can't say what happened, so
Isn't that just the way of it? Catastrophes happen, people's lives are lost, and they just sweep it under the rug. Move on, they say. Collateral damage is what I've heard them call it. Not when it's your loved ones. That's not collateral.
I'm sorry, Katrina, that I wasn't here before, but I'm here now, and I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to bring him back.
I hope you do. Be careful. They're hiding something from everyone.
Well, they won't be able to get away with hiding it any longer.
She's been like, her face has been just tension since she pulled you into the house. Her face softens just a little bit. She says, "You shouldn't have come back, but I'm glad you're here." And she reaches up with an arm and just kind of like wraps it around your shoulders. You can just feel her heart pounding. She takes a deep breath and releases. The children will be happy to see you.
I'll come back in the morning when they're awake. Here, for now, to make sure you're able to take care of yourselves while I figure this out, and she'll pull out like 10 gold and shove it into Katrina's hands.
Oh my God.
It's fine. I was paid by the king up front.
They will ask where this came from. They will accuse me of theft. I can't take this. There's nowhere I could spend it without suspicion being cast upon our family. This is very generous, but you keep it. Use it however you need.
Fine, then I'll just have to come back with food tomorrow. Because I can spend this money however I please.
Be careful out there.
Yes.
She walks to the door and kind of like, she opens it and looks out. Ziva, don't drink the water.
The
Not
water?
the water from the stream.
What's wrong with the water?
I don't know, but it tastes sour. I think it's making people sick. The wells are still good, but don't drink from the river.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anything else I should know? Anything that they may not tell us?
You cannot trust them. But you already know that.
That's nothing new. All right, I'll be back tomorrow and I'll fix this. I'll make things right.
Okay. Thank you.
And she'll just grasp Katrina's hand one last time, and then peek out the door to make sure the coast is clear before she slips out to try to make it back to the tavern unnoticed.
Right on. You do so. You make your way back to the rod and the bowl without incident, perhaps dodging into the shadows to avoid being seen by any of the night watch, but you do so successfully and return back to the room, into the common room and past the massive raptor that still sits perched upon its ring perch, and find your way back to your bed.
Amazing.
And we will, last but not least, go to Huon.
So, thing about Huon is that he's a very, very light sleeper. And he never sleeps straight. He always wakes up multiple times through the night, given the line of his work. And so he counts on that and maybe gets a quick cat nap in, and then wakes up, listens at his door. Do I notice A, Ziva leaving, or B, Florence walking in the hallway outside, pacing?
I will leave that up to you on the Florence part. But why don't you give me a roll? Let's call it a let's do a wisdom check. We'll call it a normal check. So 12 is what your target is.
3. No, so that
okay.
one.
So yeah, you did not hear Ziva either leaving or returning, depending on what time this happens to be. But you likely, I'll leave it to you to decide if you happen to be peeking out into the hallway and seeing Florence.
I think that's probably what woke me up after my cat nap. And
The smell of black pepper wafts. Her hair's down, it's loose, it's just, everything's a mess.
I open the door a slight bit and observe her walking back and forth and see what's wrong, if anything. And then I say, Florence.
Thoughts?
Shh.
Did I wake you?
Now, I'm going to go take a little trip about town. You should know. I'll be back shortly.
I'll do what I can to cover you.
Is there anything you need when I'm out?
Some gloves if you can snag them.
See what I can do.
Thanks.
I close the door gently. I go to my window. I open it up. First thing I do is look out under the streets for lanterns of the night watch, and try to see if I can. If I don't see them right away, then the next step is I'm going to climb onto the roof of the tavern inn and get a better vantage point from there and see if I can see more streets and see lanterns moving about that way.
Okay. Yeah, you look out the window and you don't immediately see any of the night watch, but you do see that down at the end of the road where there's an intersection, there is a gas lamp burning, casting illumination. And depending on how long you watch for, you might eventually see a pair of night watch pass by. Just kind of like looking down, looking around, stopping for a moment underneath the light, perhaps to smoke a bowl, and then move on with their duties.
Huon thinks to all the sneaking he's done in the big city of Har and is like, country bumpkin amateurs. He waits. He times his departure in such a way that it doesn't cross their paths. And if I can move on the street, great. If I can move on the rooftops, even better.
Okay.
But you
rooftops will be tough. You definitely have to do streets because the rooftops are not close enough in this particular town.
Do I know where the magistrate/jail is?
You'll have to do a little exploration. You do not immediately know. You know the direction of where it is based on the interaction with the two dragoons at the beginning of the night when you arrived. So you have a general direction, and you'll be able to go and take a peek at that and other things when we come back from our break.
Sweet.
So we're gonna take a quick break, everybody, and then we'll come back and we'll do a little sneak about with Huon and find out what he learns. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Rouge, that was really fun and awesome. That was very fun. I love playing with you guys so much. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hang out. Thank you all for the support. And yeah, we'll be back. Thank you so much. So Huon, you have done a bit of recon from the window and rooftop of the Rod and the Bull, the inn and tavern that you are staying at with your companions. You have snuck out. You have seen a pair of night watch, knowing, of course, that there is a curfew about the town. What are your intentions? What would you like to do on this cold, starless, and moonless night? Almost perfect for the type of work that you do.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful night for this type of work. Now that I've gotten a good sense of where the night watch is going, I'm going to... I like to have an idea exactly of where I'm going. So, to that end, Huon is going to go in the direction of the stables on the roof.
Okay.
I'm going to climb down sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
And once I am in the stable entrance, I'm going to look for Pike, and I'm trying to sneak up on him, whether he's sleeping or whatever.
Yes.
At this point, I have taken my tail from my hood and wrapped it around my face.
Okay.
Cover that.
Full ninja mode.
That's right.
You poke you turn your gaze, I should say, upon the stable, and you can see that the horses are there. They've been stripped of their saddles and bridles, and all the tack has been neatly put away. It looks as though they've been brushed. This kid Pike takes pride in his work is sort of the impression that you get. As you creep forward, there's no need to make any sort of sneaking about rolls at this point. He is fast asleep. In fact, you hear sort of a cute, innocent little half snore coming from a small pallet in the corner of the stables where there's a pile of straw, a bunch of blankets and that sort of thing. And you see just the mound of a body fast asleep.
Okay. First thing I do is check to make sure that no weapons are within his reach. Like if he gets up startled and grabs for a dagger or something like that.
Okay. So it's pretty dark here. So go ahead and give me a wisdom check. We'll call this hard 15.
Okay. That's a 19
Okay.
on the die.
Best you can tell at a quick gaze and a very trained assessment, doesn't appear as though he has any weapons.
Okay. Then I am going to get up to him. Is he just sleeping on the straw?
Yep, he's
Right.
on the floor, covered in blankets, on the ground, covered in blankets.
Okay, I'm gonna kneel next to him. I'm gonna make sure my face is sort of in shadows / facing away from him, and I'm going to cover his mouth and wake him up.
His eyes open and he looks up at you.
I'm making sure that I'm not looking at him directly. Shh, not a sound, Pike. I'm gonna take my hand off, and you're gonna be quiet. Do you understand? Good. I take my hand off, and then I show him. I take from my pouch a gold piece, and I hold it up for him so he can see it as much as he can see it in the dark. And I put it in his hand, and I say, Pike, I need some information from you, and I also need you to forget that I was ever here. Will you do that? Good. I need you to give me exact directions to the jail.
Yes, sir. Is it all right if I speak, sir?
Of course.
Okay.
Nice and quiet, though.
All right. It's just down the road to the east. The sheriff's office is where you'll go. There will be lights coming from it. They usually have someone manning the station all hours of the day and night.
Just one someone?
I don't know, sir. I've not had the unfortunate situation of being thrown in the jail or having to visit there, but the jail cells are in the basement, sir.
In the basement. Do the prisoners have any access to windows or light?
There are small grates, sir, at the ground level, at the foundation. Small grates, sir, for fresh air and such.
Have you been by there recently? Do you know the prisoners there? I can't imagine there'd be a plethora of them. Do they usually have 1, 2 dozen people locked up?
No, sir. Oh, it's not that big of a station. I don't know how many cells there are, sir. Maybe 6. But I have been there with food from Thel. Sometimes we deliver food to the guards, to the deputies.
Very good.
I don't know how many there will be at night, though, sir. You don't intend to do anything dastardly, do you?
I was never here.
No, sir, of course. I couldn't live with myself if something terrible happened.
Again, if anything happens, you know nothing.
Of course, sir.
You know what I find helps me live with things I've done?
No, sir.
And I pat his hand. It's right there. That goes a long way.
Of course, sir. I'm sure it does, sir.
In fact, Pike, you've been very helpful. You've earned another one. And I give him slip another gold.
He just looks down in his hand with big eyes. In the darkness, there's obviously a little glint to just accentuate the fact that he's holding 2 gold crowns, probably something he's never held in his hand before.
If you are able to, I suggest you get out of this shithole as soon as you can.
Yes, sir, of course, sir.
That might go a little way towards helping that.
Master Thel treats me right, though. It's a good job.
Then, do what you will. But I was never here.
Of course, never here.
Sleep tight, Pike. And I head off.
Okay. You don't see it, but he takes the coins, looks at them for a moment longer, and then he reaches down in this little buried area in the corner of the stable, and there's a small box that he opens up. He digs out the straw and pulls a board away, and there's a little box. He pulls the box out and he opens it up, and there's trinkets and things, and he puts those 2 gold coins in there and sets it back and hides it again. Goes back to his...
like 100 gold in there. All right.
No, I assure you, he doesn't have gold in there, but he has other things that might be valuable to him.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. I take off in the direction that he told me to go. Again, timing the night watch.
Give me a D6 roll, please.
D6.
Yep.
All right. That's a 1.
Okay. All right. So as you are making your way through the shadows, as stealthily as possible, I'd like to get a sneak about roll. So let's do a dexterity roll. I believe with your thieving ways, this is likely to be with advantage, right?
It is, yes.
Yep. So 12 is going to be your target.
22.
Oh, phew, yeah. Very nicely done. You are like a ghost as another patrol of 2 night watch pass by. These look different than the others that you saw before. The others looked like sort of enlisted men. These 2 look to be a little bit more of a higher station or rank, possibly. They look to have not only spears, but also some pretty nice looking longswords and scabbards at their waist. Small buckler-like shields on their back. And they seem to be walking at a little bit more of a motivated pace as they pass by you.
They have a lantern like the Night Watch?
They do not have a lantern.
They do not have a lantern. So,
no.
Did they look like the guys on horseback that we saw?
They do. They look very similarly equipped.
So from what I understand, that's the Goan's personal force, right?
Yep, and they're kind of walking in a little bit of a different direction from where you're headed to the sheriff's office.
Okay, I'll let them get a little further down and continue on my merry way.
Okay, so your intent is to get eyes on the sheriff's office?
Yep.
Right? Okay, yeah. You do so. You make your way farther down the lane, hiding in the shadows and finding a vantage point that allows you to take a peek at the only building in the vicinity that has light glowing from within. There is a gas lantern hanging outside the main entrance. The windows are barred. The glow coming out is accompanied by voices that enter into the dark night. It's unclear how many might be within, but it's a stout building. It looks like kind of a standard little sheriff's office, maybe that I don't know how many small towns you've been in around the outskirts of Har, but similar to that, but maybe a little bit cleaner and better maintained.
All right. At this point, he's going to settle down and sort of get a sense of if anybody's coming and going from the jail, B, any night watch, sort of time any night watch patrols in this area, and C, sort of get a lay of the land as far as where the ground level grates are for the different cells, and see if I can tell how many cells there are.
Okay. Yeah, you from your vantage point, you're able to see quite a bit, and you maybe even move about a little bit to get different perspectives on the building. There is a small iron grate, barred grate that is embedded into a stone foundation that peers into like probably the upper ceiling area of subterranean cells that are located below the ground surface in a basement level. Probably to allow for fresh air and sort of things to blow into the space. You see more of these night watch come and go over the course of the 30 or 40 or 60 minutes that you're there watching, casing the joint, as it were.
Can I see you said the building is lit on the inside, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And there's one lantern hanging outside the main front entrance.
And it's one story and a basement?
One story and a basement, yep.
Can I see through any windows on the first story to spot if how many men there are in here?
Yeah, give me a wisdom check, normal. 12 is your target.
No, that's a 9.
Okay. Hard to tell. You see some figures moving about. Some shadows are cast about the space. Maybe 3, maybe 5 people inside. And like I was saying, people are coming and going. And as you're watching, eventually you see a group of people approaching. There are 5 men that appear to be maybe road weary. They are within their custody are 2 adults and a young child. You recognize immediately that this is the road wardens, and they approach the sheriff's office and enter in with their captives. There are some voices, some laughter that rings out from the space. There's no resistance or any sort of even noticeable emotional response of these 3 individuals that are being marched in, one of them being a small child. And you watch for a couple more minutes. Eventually, these 5 road wardens exit the building, and one of them they all kind of stop, and they're chatting out in front of where the gas lantern is burning. One of them holds up a sack of coins, just kind of shakes it, and they all kind of laugh. And then he tucks it into his belt line and pulls his cloak tight, and they all sort of shake hands or whatever, sort of like pat each other on the back. Either they're being very congratulatory to each other as they then separate and go their separate ways. And you can distinctly see one of them that by name walking off back to the south.
Is that Marin?
It is.
Is he the one with the gold?
They all left with gold. Looks like they did their job and got paid.
Did I speak with Marin? I don't think I did speak with Marin.
No, Shevren and Marin had words. He spoke with 2 Florence. You did introduce yourself, actually. You and Marin asked you asked his name and he asked yours. You guys know each other by name.
Fantastic. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems to be their leader, right? He seemed to be their leader on the road.
Yeah, he was one that was doing all the talking. He was providing information. He seemed to be the one calling the shots.
Sure do hate me a slave catcher. I'm gonna go. I'm following him.
Okay. How closely are you following?
I've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say about a block away. Half
Okay.
block. Yeah.
So he passes. He's easy to follow. He doesn't seem to be worried about anything right now. Possibly road weary and distracted because it's been a long day. Where you saw them down the road, it was, an hour and a half or more ride. So it was a long walk. But anyways, eventually he goes into a part of town where the homes start to sort of thin out a little bit, and the lights are no longer posted on the intersections. It's dark. You close the distance a little bit to be able to keep eyes on him and to make sure that that you don't lose him. Go ahead and give me a what kind of a roll would you make to make sure you don't lose him in the darkness? It could be something like you're going to get a little bit closer, so maybe a dexterity to make sure you don't get noticed, or maybe it's an intelligence check to sort of anticipate the direction he's going, that kind of thing.
Definitely dexterity. I'm going to keep on him because I trust in my ability to hide if I need to.
Okay.
That is
Be a 12 normal
15.
normal roll. Okay,
Yeah, 15.
Perfect. Yep, yeah, you maintain eyes on him, and eventually he comes to a dark house, and there's a gate in front, and he opens the gate and walks through it, closes it behind him. Not like a substantial gate, just a small, like, fenced yard gate, maybe about waist high at best. Manicured yard. It looks like either has a green thumb perhaps, or someone else who might live with him or care for his yard. And And he approaches the house, and he goes to the door and opens the door and disappears inside. And moments later, there is a small glow of light from inside.
I go up to the house and I'm listening and trying to see if I can see anything through the window with the light that he's now turned on.
Okay. Give me another sneak check. This will be a normal check again, 12. Shouldn't be too hard for you.
20 on one of the die.
Yeah. Okay. You get up to the side of the house and you listen, and you can hear his voice. He's talking to somebody in whispers. Can't quite make out what he says. Then you hear footsteps on the floor as it creaks inside. This is a pretty modest house. There's nothing fancy about this house. There's nothing opulent. This is very similar to the other homes that you've seen. The creaking of the floorboards, and suddenly you hear a back door creak open. Then you hear some footsteps coming down a couple of stairs, and you see a figure in the darkness walking out to towards the back of the yard that they have, where there's an outhouse.
Is it him?
It certainly appears to be. It is the stature of a man, the same man that you've been following. So it's unclear exactly that it's him, but it's a pretty good hunch that this is him as he's walking out to the back of the yard towards what appears to be, in the dim light, a small outbuilding.
Is he still wearing his uniform?
He is not wearing a uniform. He has, just like his undergarments, his clothes on. He's got some pants and a shirt. He's taken off his armor, and that sort of his leathers are off, and it looks like he's barefoot. He doesn't even have boots on.
And did I hear the second voice?
You didn't hear a voice responding. You just heard his voice.
Okay. I am going to go into his house.
Okay.
And sneak about there and see what I can see.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit harder now. So I'm going to have you roll again. I know you're really good at this, but it's going to be a 15 target.
Okay.
As you are now entering into the house.
That is one of the die on 15, so that's an 18.
Okay, very nice. You slip in the door that's cracked open just slightly. You sneak inside, and it smells like food was recently cooked, perhaps. There's a smell of herbs and food. You look around, and it's very, very plain. It's a one-room house. There is a bed off to one corner. There is like a hearth area and a cooking area in another corner. There is a small table. And you can see that there is, it appears as though there's a dim glow of a candle in this room. And there is the shape of somebody sleeping in the bed.
Do I see like a woman or a child?
It is an adult-sized
or a man.
person.
Who knows? I don't know what he's into.
Correct.
What do I see? I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for his belongings and that pouch of gold.
Okay. All right. So you look about. Give me
his uniform, basically.
Yeah. Give me a wisdom check. We're going to call this hard because of the light situation. You're trying to be sneaky and not perhaps wake this individual. So 15 wisdom.
Oh, 15 wisdom? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12. So an 11.
Okay. Do you want to use luck?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
15.
Okay. That's what you needed to be successful on this. You look about, you see the pile of his belongings. As you move closer, you hear the floor creak underneath the weight of your foot just ever so slightly. You look over at the bed. The body just sort of like turns a little bit and sort of like just readjusts. You let your weight off of the creaking floorboard and take a step in a different direction, just rolling on the balls of your feet to make sure that you are quiet. You get closer to the belongings. You can see his leather chest piece. You can see his belt with a short sword and a scabbard some other his pack, his travel pack, that sort of thing. You peer inside the travel pack and you don't see the coin purse.
Nah, that's all right. It's not who I'm here for.
You hear a voice from outside. Oh shit.
Do I hear him coming towards the? That come from the outhouse, or is that coming like he's walking towards the house?
Well, it's coming from somewhere where he was out back. Yeah. I mean, you can't tell from that if he's walking towards the house or what's going on, but if you go to the door and look out towards it, you can see that he is kneeling down by a tree. He's not in the outhouse. He's on the other side of the outhouse near this old oak tree, it appears, kind of gnarled and scraggly, and he's on his knees.
All right, I'm taking his weapons.
Okay.
Does he have a badge of office or anything like that?
There would be a brand on his leather armor, on the chest of his leather armor.
Okay. I'll grab that too, just in case.
Okay. You grab that up.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna get out of the house and try to ascertain what he's doing from a distance as I leave the area.
Okay. As you exit the house, I would like you to roll initiative.
Sweet. All right.
All right, what'd you get?
15.
Okay. I rolled a 15 as well. Let's roll again.
All right.
Rollies.
19 on the die plus 3.
Yeah, you beat me. I have a 6. As you step to the door, he is like right there, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Well,
what do you do?
I am going to I'm gonna kill him.
Okay. How are you gonna do this?
I am taking his weapon, maybe his dagger or short sword, whatever he had on him, or that I had.
Yeah, he had a sword. He had a sword and that armor, and he probably had a dagger too.
Yeah, I'll take the That's what I'm doing. Yep, and I'm hitting it with it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to stab him with his own weapon.
That is, I would imagine a hit. That's an 18.
Yes. Go ahead and roll damage. Is this the dagger or the sword?
I think the sword.
Okay.
How much?
D8.
D8. Does this count as unawares?
Let me see. Roll a d6, and 1 through 3, we'll call it unawares.
All right. 2.
Okay. Yes, sir. He is unawares.
All right. That's total of 14.
How do you kill this guy? Describe this man's death.
It's very, very impersonal, very passionate, and very quick. I'm trying to make as little noise as possible. So I take his dagger and I just stick it under his chin straight up.
Okay.
And then I just make sure his body doesn't make any noise falling on the ground.
You just kind of let him down gently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
I take him over.
Without any sound whatsoever, you've killed this man.
I take him over to the outhouse. and I dispose of his body through the hole.
Oh, you're gonna
Best I
cram him
can.
down into the latrine?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Yeah. You do that. Takes a little bit of time. It's a small hole. Big guy.
Just shoving. From the outside, it might sound like I'm constipated or something, but I'm just getting me.
All right. As you wrap that up, you hear a voice from the house. Marin, honey, where are you?
I get out of there.
Give me a dexterity roll. We'll call this hard 15. This is to sneak out without the other individual seeing you.
It's another 20 on the die.
Okay, you quickly disappear into the darkness, leaving behind a crime scene to be discovered at some time in the not too distant future. Amazing. Okay, very cool. Murderous scoundrel indeed. What do you intend? What kind of mischief do you intend to get into now?
All right. All I want to do is go back to the jail area.
Okay.
And see if I can either catch a glimpse of the dwarf through the grate.
Okay.
Is that possible?
You can certainly try. Absolutely. You're gonna try to do so without being detected, I imagine. So
Yeah.
go ahead and do another sneak check for me. This is going to be a little bit harder again because you're now close to the jail. 15 is going to be the target.
Okay. That's a 17 total.
Okay. All right. You get close to the foundation and work your way around, and you can see there are 6 cells in the basement, each of them approximately 8 feet by 6 feet in dimension, and each of them has a small grate to allow for air exchange into the basement of this structure. And you can see that there are empty cells down here with the exception of one.
Okay.
And there is a stout-looking dwarf who appears to be sleeping on one of the bunks.
What was his name? His name was Dernick.
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 He starts to turn on his cot, looks around, looks up at the grate. Yeah.
Tell me about the Shadow Dog.
You woke me from my rest for this.
I might be able to do more if you tell me about the Shadow Dog.
Don't make me responsible for your death, then. It's deadly. There are things, unnatural things, dangerous, evil things. I've seen them tear men limb from limb in seconds.
Where have you seen this?
The patch.
The patch.
I believe it's come from the mine, something within the mine.
Who's trying to cover this up?
All these bastards are. They intend to put me to death tomorrow to keep me quiet.
That's what I understand.
Maybe you can do something about that, friend.
I'll see what I can do.
I bet you will.
Patch, eh?
Many are missing. This is no goblin incursion, I assure you.
That the goblins are a convenient excuse? Or are there actual goblins?
A bit of both, I suppose. There've always been goblins.
You know what time you're supposed to be headed to the gallows?
Midday. That's what they told me.
Right then.
They mean to kill me, not because I broke the law, but because I won't shut up about what I saw.
I know. That's how they operate. They're scared of the truth.
They should be. We all should be scared of the truth.
Trust me, I am. Oh, I've seen them too. How many have been lost to it, and how long has it been going on?
Fortnight since the first were taken that we noticed and saw. Creeping darkness. Not night darkness, something unnatural, like thick, like a veil placed upon a lantern.
As if somebody were to light another lantern, you still wouldn't be able to see them if they were far enough away.
Something like that, friend, yes.
The patch, what's the patch?
The camp, the company camp, where the mining buildings are, the barracks and such. The smelting, the lumberyard. All of it's there, consumed as it were. It's not safe there.
Does this happen every night, every day?
It's just continuous. You'll see.
Right then. Thank you, Dernick. I'll see what I can do about your predicament.
I'm sure you will.
And I take off.
Okay.
I go towards the gallows. And I rifle through my pouch. And I pull out my fire starting kit. And I'm going to burn this bitch to the ground.
Okay. This is going to be this is doable, but it's going to be very hard to do this without being seen and noticed. Mm-hmm. There are, as I mentioned, different enforcement type individuals, Night Watch and Dragoons that are about. So let's do this. Give me a straight D20 roll.
Okay.
There's no specific DC on it. I just want to know what you get.
D20 roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17.
Okay. This is going to be very dangerous.
I'm aware. What I am doing is trying to... Do they have guards stationed around it? Or this just the patrol?
There's a heavier presence in the center of town.
Okay.
Yep. You see guards, for example, as you approach. There are Night Watch who are sitting nearby smoking pipes. Sure. Different pairs of guards have met up in here and are having conversations and that sort of thing.
Okay.
I think you get the sense that there is a sizable probability that you will get noticed and possibly have some sort of challenge ahead of you should you do this.
All right.
So you need to weigh the cost benefit here.
So here's my alternate, and this is me getting the lay of the land and getting. My first instinct was to burn it down. That might be too obvious. Would I be able to use my disarm trap skill to disable the mechanism for the trap door?
Possibly. Yeah, absolutely. You need to get up to it first to do that.
Yeah.
And then, once it's a very simple mechanism. So with the background that you have in this sort of thing, that will not be the hard part. The hard part will be sneaking up to without being seen.
Okay. So I'm going to do my standard operating procedure, which is just waiting to see where the Night Watch goes. If they go, once they're past, if they're stationary, maybe if one of them goes off to the bathroom, that might be a better chance. There would be less eyes on me.
Yep, looking for an opening. Yep. Okay, I like it. All right, so this is going to be very hard. So 18 is going to be your target.
Okay. Uh, 20.
Okay. 20. All right, so you wait for the moment when you are certain you're not going to be seen. A group of a group of guards are finishing a conversation, and they're all kind of going off. They're going off in two different directions and leaving the illuminated part of this sort of central part of town, of the square, for example. Sure. And you dart from shadow to shadow quickly across to the gallows and slip underneath in the darkness beneath the floorboards and beneath the trapdoor. And easily, what's your intent actually? To what kind of a sabotage are you doing to the mechanism?
I would like to disable/destroy the mechanism such that it is unusable, and they would have to build it anew.
A new trapdoor or a new mechanism? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna basically destroy the hinge in the release. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not a problem. You have some tools at your disposal. You basically wrench it inoperable.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Once that's done, I head back to the inn.
Okay. All right. You make your way back to the inn and slide back into your room and find yourself laying in bed. Whether or not you get much sleep, or I don't know, how do you go to sleep at this point, or
This is another Tuesday for Huon. So he's going to go back to bed and probably sleep 2 hours and wake up with a start again, and sleep another hour and wake up with a start like he does every night.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Doesn't sleep very soundly, this one. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. You hear a rooster crowing as the sun begins to shine over the town, a gray, sort of faded sun that can't quite be distinguished from the clouds, just sort of a glowing disc behind this sort of gray sky.
And just to clarify, because he sort of ruined the plans there, I don't keep any of Merritt's stuff.
Okay.
I'll scatter it as I move, yeah.
Yeah. Understandable. It would not be good to get caught with that after a homicide. Yep. The new people in town and there's a homicide. Okay. All right. So the rooster crows, the four of you wake and find yourselves assembling in the common room of the Rod and Bowl. And you see Thel behind the bar, and good morning. I've got porridge and fruit for you if you're interested.
Porridge and fruit. Do you have any eggs there?
Got some eggs. Yes, eggs.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'll take some.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
He goes and gets some breakfast for you, and the four of you find yourselves reconnected at one of the long tables.
Oh, I have to say, for a straw bed, it was quite a good sleep.
When was the last time you slept in such conditions?
Well, I grew up in such conditions, so in a way it was sort of homey.
What about you, Ziva? Just like home?
Oh, I mean, we don't have particularly glamorous surroundings at the Order, but the tavern is a lot nicer than when I actually lived in town. I can say that.
So, Florence, you were going to say something.
Only that, something on the wind whispered to me this morning that we might have an eventful day ahead of us.
Possible? Shevren, don't we need to speak to the magistrate as soon as possible about our friend?
It sounds good to me. If you prefer to eat first, I'm going to try to work through this riddle again that Florence has just offered.
Well, let's solve it over porridge, then.
The food comes out. Fel places it in front of you. Very well. Did everyone sleep well last night? I hope everything was to your liking.
It was above expectations. Yes.
Very good. Well, we do have a review box. If you'd like to leave a comment right over there by the door, you can.
I'll be sure to do that. Yes.
There you go. There's a
compliments of
parchment.
Of horror. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Oh, and what does the day hold for us today?
He'll probably be leaving town before long.
Oh, that's a shame.
They're all King's business and all that.
Oh, of course.
I know we're on a tight schedule, Shevren, but I do need to stop by and visit my sister-in-law before we head up to the patch. I won't be long. I just want to maybe take her a basket of something and say hi to my family.
Of course. I didn't realize. Yes. And I smiled at Fel. Perhaps we'll be here a few hours more and look around and see what else this town may offer. If it's anything like your establishment, though, I must say, you do well to represent.
Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you. Ma'am, would you like me to gather some foodstuffs for your family?
Yes, that would be lovely. Of course, whatever need to pay for it, can add it to our tab. I won't include it in our group expenses. I can pay for this separately.
Who is your family, if you don't mind me asking, ma'am?
The Darrells.
Oh, yes, of course. Ah, are you Ziva?
Yes. Yes, that's...
Well, it's nice to see you again.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know it's been a long time. I wasn't expecting anyone here to still remember me, honestly, but
Remember the name. I do know your brother, Zavros, of course.
yes.
Yes, I'll put something special in there for you, Mum.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And he hurries off.
There was tension.
Yes.
What's up with your family, Ziva?
Was he in love with you?
Probably.
My brother?
No, not
Phil.
my brother.
But
This
still,
individual. The innkeeper.
Oh,
although no judgment. Really.
no. I left here when I was 14. I don't think there was anyone who could possibly have
There's some sick bastards out
developed
there.
those sorts of feelings at that age. It's...
Maybe he loves you now.
I think he's being kind because my brother, there has been difficulties with the mines, and my brother is one of those affected. So
He has the cough.
no,
Something's
Leg injury.
there's the last group of miners went missing that went up to the patch, and they're blaming it on the goblins, but
It's not the goblins.
it's not the goblins. It's the Shadowdark. It's here. It's there, and the powers that be are ignoring it because it would get in the way of keeping the mines open.
Well, look at you, Ziva. Where'd you get this information from?
Now look, if you knew all this, why didn't you say it before we left?
I came across this information yesterday. I hadn't had a chance to discuss it with anybody yet.
At the
Florence
keep?
hides her smile behind her mug.
On the road? Did the wardens whisper it in your ear? I'm not sure.
No, I managed to communicate with my sister-in-law, if you must know.
The important thing is that this is our business and it's our mission, and we should go and handle it and find Ziva's brother post haste.
Exactly.
I do think I must know.
Well, then, if you must know, Shevren, and I make sure that whenever I talk, I don't want the Fel to be around.
Well,
Naturally.
let's know I went out after curfew last night so that I could visit my family.
Oh, look at you, Ziva. We have
Oh,
more.
hush.
We have more common than you thought. A little cat told me some more news. I was able to talk to our friend Dernick last night.
What did you find out?
I found out exactly what Ziva did. The patch, that's what they call it. It's where all the workers live. There's been more than just her brother missing. There's been many missing. And apparently the place is rife with Shadowdark.
If we let it go on like this, it's going to overrun the town.
Don't know what else we can do about it. But
We may have to go have a look.
But the thing is, here's the thing. These Glavoons, Dragoons, or whatever, they are covering it up. They're calling the dwarf insane, and they're going to hang him for spreading the information that we just shared here.
We can't let that happen.
If they think that we're here to solve a problem that doesn't exist, that they don't want to exist, what do you think they'll do with us?
So we'll just tell them we're here to deal with the goblin problem.
Goblin problem, right?
Will that work? If we know that there's no goblins, and they know that there's no goblins.
Just kind of nod, wink, and be about our business.
Do you think that will gain us access to the mine, though?
Maybe.
You might have to throw your weight around.
I'll leave that up to that little symbol right there on your patch.
Well, I'm afraid that my literal weight has more bearing than my actual or my influence, but I can try. This is why you want to see the Magistrate, which was along the lines of my initial thought, but now that I know what you have said, why do we want to speak to the Magistrate?
See if we can get our friend out of jail so they don't kill him.
We need a different story. He needs to make an appearance at the kingdom or some such.
I'll leave that to you.
Great.
I bought us some time. Maybe another day. Depending on how they react to the situation.
Maybe
Let's
we can convince the magistrate to let us take him with us. If we take him back into danger, if we say that we're going to take care of the problem, as it were, and convince them that we're on their side, maybe they'll let us take him from the prison.
Use him as our canary, as it were.
I
As
fear
far as they
if they intend to make an example of him for speaking the truth, I worry that they might be hesitant to part with.
Here's the problem. If they're willing to sacrifice him, they're willing to sacrifice us. And if we don't sacrifice so easily, it will be at odds with everything that they're trying to cover up.
Indeedly do.
We just have to keep them thinking that we're on their side, that we're in on it until it's too late for them to stop us from actually dealing with the real problem.
But Ziva, you understand that if we propose that we go to the mine to deal with the goblins, they will expect this Shadowdark to do its work and for us not to return. They must be convinced in their own minds that we will die on this foray. And I don't know that we can convince them of that.
I'm not so convinced we won't.
We
It's
won't.
not part of my plan.
It's never part of my plan, but we've already fought these things before.
Hey, I told you. We won't. Believe it.
I believe you, Florence.
Good. I speak the truth.
I don't know what to do with that, but I do think our falsification has to be convincing. It has to be more convincing than just give us the crazy dwarf and have them show us these goblins, because it's not what, as I understand it, that has been said. That's not what he was saying.
He was talking about the Shadowdark, and they don't want
Right.
that talked about.
Right. So why would they let him out?
Like you said, maybe we can use him to help us with the goblin problem.
I'm
What
gonna
is this town's greatest flaw?
Hmm.
The people who run it.
hubris.
Is it the hubris? Yes.
Name, take or pick, greed, hubris.
If we can appeal to that,
They
I feel like I'm working with such limited time here.
they
We are.
they don't want to admit there's a problem, but they have to know it exists. They have to know it threatens the mind. They may not care if we die, but if there's the slightest chance we could actually fix this problem for them with no effort on their part, no loss if we fail, then surely they'd be willing to let us gamble our own lives on it, on the chance that we can fix this problem for them so that the mines can continue
I
and
think
their
that-
money can continue to flow.
I think
if they
that would,
believe that we were spent special for them to solve this problem, which is partially true, we're experts, here to handle this quietly, here to help them and aid them. The Kingdom of Ha respects their work, their industry.
I have an idea. Are any of you good at forging documents?
I mean, I'm a scribe by trade and archivist, so I feel like copying is in Ziva's,
How long would it take you to write a writ claiming that we are to take custody of this dwarf by name and to be turned over to me under full authority of the king?
as long as we can get convincing quality paper, it shouldn't take me long at all. It's the little details of the right paper and the right ink, and that's what will really.
There was a
be
general
hard.
store. There was a general store, Janine's or Jenny's or something like that. Perhaps they have something that you could use while I arrange a meeting with the magistrate, say for 10 a.m. That gives us a few hours before this business in the square. If you can get it done in that time, we may be able to get the dwarf into our custody and then also, as Florence has suggested, proceed to the patch, the mine, and do our investigation with this guide.
well, then we shouldn't waste any time then.
Agreed.
I'll go to the store, get your paper. Come with.
Okay. So we're going to split up with Huon and Ziva heading to the store. Shevren heading to the magistrate's offices. And what about Florence?
Florence will wander about town, trying to blend in, make herself useful, and just kind of.
Everybody, do not drink the water from the river, the stream, whatever. It's bad. I don't know the details, but something about it is bad. The wells are fine, and probably anything you can normal, but like don't drink stream/river water. Something is wrong.
Good to know.
Thanks for the
Yes,
heads up.
sorry.
What if that's what's pissed off the goblins?
As you
Yes,
say
they're all
that, the proprietor Thel comes back with a small basket, Ziva, with some foodstuffs in it, and says, I've put together 3 marks will be fine.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Very well. Well, have a productive day, Brood Mill. And he rushes off. You grab the basket, and I assume you're going to take that to Katrina first off. Okay.
Have
So
a
you and
productive day,
You and Huon
Whose
head that
side is
direction.
this guy on? He's seeming a little too helpful.
Perhaps.
There's something special in that basket.
There is something special in the basket. Okay, so he
Love.
perhaps. Okay, so you take that to your sister's. She is there when you arrive. She opens the door and pulls you inside, like kind of hastily. And she looks Huon up and down. He's with you. Come in. The door closes, and there's been a murder in town. Have you heard?
What?
A murder?
Yes. I told you to be careful, Ziva. This is...
Ziva glances out of the corner of her eye at Huon.
Ziva, were you doing more than just coming to visit your sister last
Oh,
night?
don't even pretend.
Ziva, tell me you're not mixed up in this.
I have nothing to do with any murders. I
No,
came
she-
straight here from the tavern, and I went straight back to the tavern, and I did not speak to anyone, see anyone.
I wouldn't want you to
some
tell me
patrols
if
that
you
I
were...
dodged. I promise you, I have not been party to any murder.
How long's your husband been missing?
He's been missing for 4 days. We were supposed to be back here 4 days ago.
Well, Ziva, let's just hope he's dead then. Because the alternative...
What in the gods are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry, did you hear that? Oh, no.
Standing
That's
right here.
my brother you're talking about. Huon, go wait outside. You're not being helpful.
I'll meet you at the general store. They head out to the general store.
Ziva, thank you
Sorry.
for bringing these things, but I don't think you should come back. Not until this is sorted.
We will likely be heading straight to the patch after this anyway, so one way or another.
The back door swings open, and these two children run in, and they like stop in their tracks. Pella, Henrik, this is your auntie Ziva. And they're like, the older boy, hello, auntie.
Hi. I met you when you were very small. I'm not surprised you don't remember me. But your father has written about you to me, and I know all about you, so I'm so happy to get to actually meet you both.
Daddy's not here.
I know. I'm going to go up to see what is keeping your father up at the mines, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure he comes straight back.
The little girl kind of like comes over to her mom as her mom like, puts a hand out, and she's like kind of clinging to her mom's dress. It's okay, Bella. It's your auntie. She's here to help. But she's got lots of work to do, so she's going to be off to do that work. Thank you for what you brought. And Henrik's already like rifling through the basket, and he pulls out like some bread and some fruit, and he's like, oh, biscuits. And he pulls out this small little bundle of like cookies, and he like, oh, can I have one, Mom? She's like, yes, Henrik, you can have one. And she looks over at you, Ziva, and kind of gives you the first smile that she's given you. And he just and starts crunching into a cookie.
No. In case I don't see you again, it was lovely meeting you both, and I know you said not to leave any money with you, but I am going to leave a package at the Rod and Bowl, and if I don't come back, I'm leaving instructions for it to be passed on to you. Think of it as an inheritance, they can't possibly be mad at you for inheriting money from me if the worst should happen.
Thank you, Ziva.
And she'll just reach out and give Katrina's hand a squeeze.
She squeezes yours in return, and as you turn from the door, the little girl says, "Bye-bye, Auntie."
Bye, Pella. I hope to see you again soon. And she'll duck out.
As you start to walk away, the door closes. You hear this, "I want a cookie too!" And then you meet up with, or you walk down towards the general store where you'll eventually meet up with Huon. I think getting some reasonable parchment is not going to be a hard thing there. The challenge is that everything is paid for in company script. So, yeah, so that's going to be a challenge. But give me a charisma check. This is going to be we'll make this an easy check for you. So a 9 is going to be your target.
All right. Whew. Okay, yes. Success.
Okay,
Succeed.
So
We're curious.
as you and Huon are in the general store, Jasmine's general store, Jasmine conceivably is the proprietress who is helping you, and she looks at you and she says, "Oh no, dear, I can't accept. I'm not allowed to accept any coin. This is a company script only."
Oh, is it possible for us to get company script some way?
Is there an exchange?
There is an exchange, sir, but do you have any crowns, marks, bits? What?
Yes, we have those.
I could exchange for you. I could make an exchange. I'd be happy to exchange. I could do that right here. There's no need to discuss it any further.
All right. Sure.
Very well. The parchment is is generally I sell the parchment for 5 scrip. It's in a bundle, but you need just a page or 2.
I'm happy to buy a bundle if that's easiest.
Right. Look, 5 glavens would be the cost, but perhaps I would be willing to make an exchange. Let me check the exchange rates. She goes and looks in a ledger. She comes back. She says, "Yes, 1 mark would be the exchange. Or, excuse me, one crown. Sorry, 1 crown would be the exchange."
Jasmine, I've got one other purchase. Do you have any gloves back there?
Oh, yeah.
Gloves, of course. Of course I have gloves.
Take a pair about Ziva's size.
Of course. She turns around and goes back behind some cabinets and pulls out a stack of woolen gloves, mittens and gloves, and pulls out a set. And this should do the trick, ma'am.
Great.
Be 2 marks and 1 crown for the lot of it.
Do you have any mustard yellow?
I'm sorry, sir. We're a bit limited in our color selection. I could have something commissioned for you, sir.
No. What you have on hand will be fine.
I'll take the maroon.
Very good, sir. Yes, so, very good. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that will be everything, and she'll pay for them.
Okay. All right.
So you said it was 1 gold and 2 silver?
Yes. As you turn away, Huon, you see she has a pretty sizable grin on her face as she tucks the coins away.
That's okay.
We either got ripped off or she's just doing something shady, so she has coins that they don't know about.
A little bit of both.
I'm okay with either.
Yeah, that is definitely the vibe that you get. A little bit of both. Mm-hmm.
Huon's
That's fine.
down with that.
Not everyone follows the law to the word, we'll say.
Nor should they. No, should they?
Yeah.
I pay Ziva for the gloves.
Oh, I mean, it's fine.
Well, I pay my debts.
If
All right.
you insist.
So while the two of you are off doing this, let's jump over to Florence quick. Florence, you're doing a little bit of a walkabout in the town. Is there anything in particular that you're looking to accomplish or investigate or anything?
Yeah, I think that Florence is walking around as close to the outskirts of town that she can get, if there is such a thing. She's looking for houses near the outskirts, places that look like they don't want to be found, people that don't look like they want to be noticed, though I imagine that's a lot of them, given the state of things. Looking for kindred spirits, people like her.
Right away after you kind of set off on this little walkabout, you hear a bell clanging, ding, 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 and you see some of the guards kind of like running past you down the lane. You're unclear what it is, but another set of watchmen run past. Something is happening, and it sort of draws your attention as you're walking down in that direction anyhow. Towards the edge of town, and you can see that as you pass by, there are probably a dozen of these well-armored individuals that you had seen atop the Garens the night previous, and they are surrounding this small house. There is a hysterical woman who's crying and shouting at them, and talking about her husband being murdered, and in the middle of the night on their front steps. And your curiosity gives you an opportunity to take a peek, and you can see that there is a body on the ground that's been covered with a sheet, and there is just sort of like this commotion going on. But there are individuals like taking notes, doing their best sort of crime scene investigation sort of thing here in Brune Mill before bagging up the body and carting it away.
I imagine it would be no easy feat to engage with this woman.
I mean, she's really upset. I don't know if you'd get anywhere with her, so that would be up to you. But she is not. She's not in a good place. It's plainly obvious.
If she's surrounded by guards and stuff, then yeah, I think Florence will keep her berth and continue on her way. Yeah, lingering enough to catch any gossip, but
give me a D20 roll. We'll call this. You're gonna add your charisma to this. There's no specific difficulty or DC on it, but the higher you roll, the more insight you're gonna get.
oh well, hey, I might go ahead and use a luck point because that's a natural 1.
Okay, all right, here we go. Luck point time.
Hey, that's pretty good. 14 on the die plus 2, so 16.
Okay. You've traveled more than the others have. You've seen a lot, having been born and raised on the edge of the vast swamp in a town called Hornwood, having been cast out or run away from that space, that place, traveling the roads through. Yeah, traveling through some really hard scrap villages and towns. This place is the presence of law here, not just the guards, but the law, the feeling of law is
iron.
Yeah, it's strong here. Everything is controlled. Even down to like the way the houses look and the way that they're laid out on the landscape even gives you some sort of creepy vibes of a taming of nature, of natural networks. And this place does not have the feel of a place where the magic is strong. There's an imbalance, for sure. And you, above all, can sort of almost taste it in the air as you mill about town. Just like you could almost taste the iron in the air earlier. It's got that same sour tang. There are no run-down homes where there might be hermits or, homeless lurking or trying to make their way or find their way or do the best that they can to survive. There's just no evidence of that. Everybody here seems ordered and has a job to do, and there's no room for disorder or chaos. It's hollow. Feels hollow to you.
In that case, what wildlife do I have to work with? Is it like cliff faces around here? Are there trees?
Yeah, it's kind of like, think of like the Front Range of Colorado. Like there's just these massive mountains that you're looking at that are this beautiful backdrop. They disappear into cloud above. You can't see like where the mining is. That's up about 6 miles east of town, so that's a bit of a distance. And then it's just sort of like this gray sky. You look up and you can maybe see like a bird of prey soaring up high above in the sky. Give me a wisdom check.
16.
Okay. There are little tracks on the dusty road that you stop to inspect that look to be voles or mice. But you don't see any of them running around in the day. Of course, they might be running about at night, searching for food and that sort of thing. So there certainly is some element of the natural world, but it is hidden from view within town. And I think I also mentioned like even the plants that are growing, the little shrubs and flowers, beds and things, maybe are probably senescing because it is late in the season. But they're very well manicured.
Okay. When there's no room, Florence makes room. She's gonna collect twigs off the ground, little pieces of bark. If she can do it discreetly, plucking a couple flowers from people's lawns and things, just as she's walking and kind of gathering this feel for the town. And in just like in someone's backyard or something, she's going to spend about 15 minutes constructing 3 tiny little houses made of twigs and bark and leaves. And inside, she's going to put a few pieces of honey candy from her component pouch. And she's going to hide them just kind of in these little fairy houses that she's made. And she will press a hand to the earth, try to feel it beneath this iron layer of bullshit that's over everything, and try to speak to the thing beneath, the thing that's in her, the only kindred spirit that there is, and ask it to let someone whose life will be bettered by it find it before the cops do. And then she'll leave and try to find her friends.
As you stand up from your sort of kneeling position as you're building these fairy homes, and it's in someone's yard, you mentioned, kind of like off to the side of a yard. You
trying
stand
to be
up,
like discreet, yeah.
Yeah. You can only be so discreet when you're kneeling in someone's yard doing witchcraft. But you get up from your position and you take note of what you've done, and you feel it feels better. You feel like you've done at least something, like you've done something tangible amidst this oppression. And as you turn to walk away, you see some movement in the house, in the window of the house, and you look over and you just see these eyes that are just right above the window frame. A young child just sort of like peering out. And as you turn, they dip below the windowsill and disappear.
She'll smile quietly to herself and depart.
Okay. Let's quickly move over to Shevren here. I know the time is growing late, but let's Shevren, you are heading to the office of the Magistrate, which is not hard to find. Should you ask any of the passersby. You are also alerted very quickly upon departing from the Rod and the Bowl that there is some commotion going on. The clanging of the bell, the rushed deployment of local guards to some errand that seems urgent. So that's happening as you are walking towards the magistrate's office, which is a pretty nondescript but well-kept single-story building. It does have a little bit more of the decorative trim along some of the posts that hold up the front awning of the building, and there is the symbol of Brune Mill that is on a plaque that is nailed with iron nails to the wall of the building.
Recognizing that it's still early, I'm just seeking the clerk or the registrant to make my request. So I'm treating it like I would if I were going to do any similar formal business in Har, assuming that there's some mechanism for that. And assuming I find that office and it's open. King's business, I understand how that may sound, but it is urgent that I have audience with the magistrate this morning in the 2 hours prior to noon, if at all possible. Is there anything open there that you can fit me in on, understanding the nature of my request?
As you enter into this place and begin to speak, you see a man sitting at a desk, bald head, spectacles hanging low upon his nose, looking down, working with quill and ink in a ledger of some kind. He looks up at you and says, "The magistrate is quite busy right now. There's been a bit of an accident in town. You might have to wait a bit. What's your name?" "Oh, sir. I'm sorry."
Yes. That's no harm. I am Sir Shevren Alistair.
It is a stressful morning. There's been, well, sir, Shevren, there's been a murder.
That is terrible. That is horrible news. I'm sorry. Does this happen frequently in this town?
Things like this don't happen in Brune Mill. The law is very strict around here, as you may have noticed, but this is quite uncommon.
I did notice that the magistrate, I let my voice carry, does run a very well-organized, law-abiding...
Yes, sir. Thank you for noticing, sir. It is true.
But to my business, along those lines, it is in keeping with the law of the land, if you will. The consideration out of Har.
What is this, then? A night of Har? And you watch as this kind of portly old man steps out from an office back down a hall. And he also has spectacles on, and he takes them off, and he pulls out a handkerchief and wipes his brow. "A knight from Har, you say?"
"Sir, yes. I am Sir Shevren Alistair from the Kingdom of Har."
And does the kingdom still have authority? Is that what you're insinuating? Why are you here, sir, knight of Har?
My entourage and I have been sent on duties from
Entourage,
His
you
Majesty.
say? Who in
Yes.
your entourage?
I have a representative of the church. I have a few representatives from the Har community. We are here to help. Your names, who are you, if I may ask? Just out of
I am Magistrate
courtesy.
Marcus Quint, the very man that you seek to speak with. But I must say there's been a horrible tragedy this morning.
As I understand, Your Excellency, I have heard that there is. And I do, pardon the intrusion, I was simply trying to schedule with your man a bit of your time this morning to deliver my
time
request.
is quite limited, Sir Knight. Shevren, did you say? Of Har?
It is, yes.
Much to do today. There are murders to investigate. There are criminals to apprehend. There are criminals to execute. This is a very busy day.
My business does entail, excuse me, my business does entail the issues that you're having with the threats, as I understand it from the mine, as well as perhaps
goblins?
one. Yes.
What in bloody hell does the crown care about goblins in Brune Mill?
They are issuing aid.
Oh, they are.
I'm sorry. It may seem a bit ludicrous because it has not come frequently.
Indeed, it is ludicrous. That's a great word. It's ludicrous as all.
Yes, agreed. But do you wish to hear the ploy? I'm sorry. The
Ploy, you say?
I'm sorry, sir. I can tell your frustrations are imposing upon my concentration, and I can feel the stress that you're experiencing. So, if I may, we have been asked to come to you requesting permission to retrieve your prisoner and, under their guidance, assist with the issues you're having in the mine, the goblins, you say. Simply trying to fulfill a duty in respect to the many things you are dealing with in this fine establishment, this town.
Good night, Shevren from Har. I must inform you that our prisoner is due to be hanged at noon on this very day. There's no way that we could release them to you. I would pay the paperwork that I would need to do would be insurmountable.
Insurmountable, sir? The behest of Har? Is there no exception under the whatever remains of the umbrella of the kingdom?
What other kinds of influence have you been dispatched to bestow upon our fair community here in Brune Mill, Sir Knight of Har?
Merely our support, an investigation into whatever it is that you are struggling with, that perhaps more resources may be sent from Har.
Resources, you say? Yes, resources are something that we could speak about. We are understaffed and under-resourced here, as you can see, especially when there are murders and goblin hordes about.
Exactly. So if I may be allowed to do my investigation and make my report, I may be able to return with more of those resources that you need. You may request what you need from Har, and I can carry that back, and I can almost assure you that I can return with whatever it is that you request.
Indeed. I'm requesting resources, sir.
I can do that. But I have to bring a full investigation, and I've literally been requested.
And this herein lies the problem. A man is to be executed at noon. Resources cannot be leveraged in time to save the man's life. A criminal, mind you.
We have heard. The name of the individual, a dwarven individual, I understand, has been...
Dernick Stonewake, yes, indeed. He is to be killed for his insurgent acts, rabble-rousing and such, spreading rumors and lies.
Can we consider the value of the resources that I could return to you in exchange for this temporary exchange for this individual's life?
Have you no resources upon you, sir? You've come a long way without resources?
We are investigating, sir. Your Majesty, Your Excellency.
Well, investigate away, but do not get in the way, as it were, of those who are doing their own investigations. And I'm talking about the Glavoon family and the sheriff. There has been a murder.
I understand. Yes.
Take great care not to trample upon what is being done here. And when you have brought resources to bear to this issue of this fugitive criminal that we have apprehended, then we can speak again. Good day, sir.
Your Excellency.
And he huffs and puffs his way back and slams the door, and the guy at the front desk just kind of looks up and goes, "Sorry, sir."
No, I do appreciate that. Is there
it's been a
any
rough day for many of us today? With one of the good men of Brune Mill murdered on his doorstep.
Oh,
Cold
terrible
blood.
news. And I'm sorry to hear it. It
A
seems
lawful
that
man with a family.
ah yes, very lawful, I am sure. The unlawfulness of such a deed must not go uninvestigated.
If I might ask, sir, the names of your entourage, as you said,
Oh
just
yes,
so that we may document the visitors in town on this unfortunate day.
of course. There is a Huon who is a sort of servant representative.
Huon the
Just someone that
servant.
there is a handmaiden, Florence,
Florence,
who is
handmaiden.
assistant to in the archivist Ziva from the church,
The
and
church
of the goddess
Morvenir.
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 Yes,
Well,
straight
it
out of
appears
horror.
as though perhaps your colleague, this priest of Morvenir, has some work to do at the scene of the crime here. We do have
Could
a
be.
man whose essence needs to be passed.
If we can be of any assistance, I can certainly see to it.
Indeed. Very well.
And myself, Shevren Alistair,
Yes, Knight of Har.
correct. All of my entourage are under my care and oversight.
Very well. Well, and you are staying, I presume, at the Rod and the Bowl?
Correct. We were hoping to conduct our business quickly and be out of your way.
Indeed. Very prudent. If the mood of the magistrate should change at all, I will send a message to the Rod and the Bowl.
Thank you very much. And please let the magistrate know, should it come up, should His Excellency mention it, that I do have a writ, not on me, but at my disposal, offering resources as discussed and in somewhat more detail. So I can bring that should I be summoned to return.
So I can give you one piece of advice.
Yes.
The promise of resources do little to sway the minds of men like Marcus Quint.
What is he influenced by?
Well, the practical application of resources that are on hand at the time where the request is made, sir.
He's a doer.
Of sorts. Well then, very good to meet you, Sir Shevren, Knight of Har.
Yes. I thank you for your work, and I do hope for good news at the inn.
Very few people thank me for my work. I appreciate it.
You do a good job, I can tell, having been in the halls of administration.
A simple thanks was enough. Good day.
Good day. And I'll return to kick rocks all the way back to the inn.
You ran into the bureaucracy.
Yeah, I did. Which was my
Winded listening.
Thanks
Yeah.
first.
Thanks for
Yeah,
visiting the DMV of Brune Mill.
right. I do appreciate, though, how supportive my colleagues have been in not causing any additional barriers at all for this day.
Oh man, what a hectic day in Brune Mill. I think this is a great place to close tonight's session, and we will come back with perhaps some forged documents and a revived plan to leverage resources to your cause.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, that was Brune Mill's bureaucracy right there.
Brutal, man.
Oh, Magistrate.
I told you
Quint.
guys this town sucks.
You know what's terrible is that magistrate was everything I was worried he was going to be.
Yes. I was so excited. I was so excited about Magistrate Quint. I was so excited.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got another.
I've run
name for
into him
but-
before. I think all of us have probably run into him before.
Yeah.
Like the
All right.
reference.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys for another great session. Huon, just a cold-blooded murderous scoundrel living up to his name. That was great. That guy never had a chance. Let's be honest. Never had a chance. Killed in his underwear.
You should have taken a little longer.
Yeah. Well, that's the Shadowdark, folks. That's our version of it anyways. And we're going to start to see some more manifestations of what it is next week, I believe, because we will be making our way ultimately to the patch to do some investigating. So I'm very excited about that. There's been a lot of innuendo. There's been a little bit of contact. There's been some stories and rumors and some hushed mentions of it, but it is coming for our party. And I'm excited to see how they deal with it. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks, Doc Shoulder, for the subscription. Appreciate the support, and everybody who's supported us tonight with cheering us on and just being here in the chat with us. We really do appreciate seeing you when you show up. It makes us happy and gives us a little bit of a charge of energy. And it's great to have you here with us. So thank you. Let's go around the table and do some outros, say some goodbyes, let people know where they can find you. Let's go ahead. We'll go in reverse order. Jose, we'll start with you, sir. Thank you so much for an amazing character in Huon and the great artwork that you've provided for the characters and everything. I just really appreciate the creativity that you and the others have brought to this game. It's pretty awesome. So thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for running us. This was a fantastic time. Nobody saw nothing. Okay, that's
That's right.
I play Huon on Tuesdays, and when I'm not playing Huon, I am doing artwork for Realmsbound. You can click on the link and find out all about that. There's a newsletter you can sign up for and everything. And I'm also doing some artwork for the New Varden module, adventure module coming out. So that's fun, and that's keeping me busy. So yeah, I can't wait till next Tuesday.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Jose.
Yeah.
Huon is fantastic. Great counterbalance to the party. We'll go next to Shevren. We'll go next to Dungeon Mr. Ty, who has been playing Shevren.
I am Shevren. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Thanks, Huon, so much.
Hey.
I am the aforementioned New Varden, Adventure Sling Productions. If you get a chance to check out the many stories that we have told here on Guild Superior, please do. You can listen to them in podcast form, particularly the Young Colossus Bridgeway trilogy that is releasing in audio podcast form at the Chronicles of Nephis. You can also hear the Adventure Sling pod you can find it on the website. You can also find it on Spotify or Podbean or many other podcast platforms where we talk to people doing cool stuff in the tabletop industry and adjacent. And otherwise, I'm gearing up for GaryCon, but there's also a whole bunch of other stuff, even more stuff than last year in the works. I think 2026 is going to be a very active year for Adventure Sling on the heels of us releasing New Varden last year. And there will be more on that to come. And in addition to that, there is more New Varden being live streamed as well. Wednesdays, all of February over at Folk and Myth, I will be doing a 4-shot. And there is stuff coming up here again. I think known and unknown, perhaps. So keep your eyes open. And
April.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Ty. Appreciate you very much. We'll go next to Grace. Heyo.
Heyo. Super happy to be here. This was a blast. To follow Trollord Games on social media. And hey, if you're gonna be at GaryCon, come say hi to Trollord Games and myself there as well too. That's about all I got. This was a great session. So much fun.
It was so cool to see you building those fairy houses. I love that. That was a great little scene with the little kid sort of like peering out and seeing this. I could just imagine like peering out and seeing this witch in my yard, like building fairy houses and be like, what?
And then they peer again and she's gone.
Yeah, exactly. That was very fun. Very fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grace. And yeah, go check out Trollord Games. Castles and Crusades has been absolutely a blast to play. We did that the Summer of Siege last summer, and I imagine it's going to happen again this summer. So I'm excited to see what we can do with that as well. So yes, good to hear. Well, thank you so much. Let's last but not least, we'll go to Rouge. Rouge, I loved the scene with Katrina and Ziva. That was very fun. Thank you for that.
Yeah. No, I've been having a blast. This is so much fun to play with. So thanks for having all of us get the group together. This has been so much fun. Sis, I'm Rouge. I've been playing Ziva Darrell. This is pretty much the only thing I do these days. But if you'd like to go check out things I used to do, you can check out the Mispaven Maidens, who are an adult comedy a cappella band. And while we're no longer performing, our music is still all places you can generally stream music. And then also other gaming I've done with Live from the Apocalypse. I'm not in any current games, but they have their backlog on YouTube and a podcast version of a game that I was in called Cryptid Community College. So you can check that all out.
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much, Rouge. Appreciate you being part of this. And yeah, Ziva is fantastic. I can't wait to get into some forgery. This should be interesting.
Team Heathen, welcome to the team.
Yes, we're all going to be on Team Heathen eventually. I can see it happening. Shevren, come on, Shevren. Come on.
We'll get you.
I'm the one that suggested the forgery, so you know.
That's true.
Yeah, we're not.
That's
We
true.
are
Yeah.
not towing the legal line very well.
Hey,
But I mean,
bend,
Lavune's
don't
just
break.
so hard.
There's no king,
Yeah.
so
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
I'm the king.
Thank you guys so much. And again, thank you all for being here with us in the chat. We're going to raid into some friends here in a minute, but I want to just make sure that I mention Thursday nights, we've got our Siren's Demise campaign going on, which is being played using the House of Eidolon's rule set. It's a cyberpunk setting. It's absolutely fantastic. The game designer, creator, and world builder Penborough, aka Paul, is running that game on Thursdays. Come on over and check it out. It's also the episodes from that are on our YouTube channel. Please go to our YouTube channel and follow us there. If you're not already subscribed, please do. And then on Saturdays, next Saturday, not this coming one, but the following one, we will be back with our Things from the Flood game. Mr. Alan Henry and the New Zealand contingent of Guild Superior will be back. Just a fun group of folks playing teenage kids who are getting into some very strange, mysterious things happening in their town, which has been a blast. As Ty mentioned and alluded to, we've got a bunch of other things coming, including more Newvarden. We've got our Monster Hunters game will be back in a couple weeks. Jose is going to be running some D&D in the not too distant future, and there's a bunch of stuff in the works beyond that. So keep in touch with us, and over the next couple of days, try to spread some positive ripples in the world, because we need to just strengthen our communities with positivity and hope, and check in on your loved ones and your neighbors. It can mean a lot to people. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Stick around for the raid. Bye.
woo.